I used to have a subscription to Dengeki Hobby and Hobby Japan magazine. Now when you're not living in Japan, this is actually kind of pricey. I mean, you're paying about, depending on the exchange rate, between like $12 to $16 for a magazine that's only like maybe, just under 1,000 yen. So with the exchange rate the way it was, is kind of crappy. But these magazines are really darn cool. Flipping through, sometimes you get some pretty cool stuff. Like here's some custom decals to put on your Gundam models. All sorts of neat stuff. Comics even. Interesting stuff like Transformers toys, Teehee Naughty Bits, chicks with swords. Neat stuff. But one thing I came across I thought was so cool. Aoshima is making a Rider K.I.T.T. Total badass. Also, you can see there's an A-Team van. Neat stuff, huh? So that was definitely on my list to buy, was to get a Rider K.I.T.T. car. Neat stuff. So I actually have one. I bought this last year at Yodobashi Camera for 2,680 yen. Brand new. Knight Rider Season 4. So, let's open this up here. The spouse unit has volunteered to help build this. Naturally, they had Knight Rider in Japan as well, and that was one of her favorite shows growing up, and as well as mine. So that's something we have in common. So, it's another typical car setup here. It's got the internal monitors here, the dashboard. Neat stuff, huh? So, she wants to help cut these things off the runners. And then from there, start painting and such. Now the plastic, I'm going to leave this in plastic until I'm ready to go. And unlike the Honda Fit, I'm going to definitely learn my lesson. I'm going to dip this in clear coat first. So, and here's the black. It's pretty cool. The tinted windows and such. I painted the main body with Tester's gloss black enamel out of the spray can. And this is why. It looks super sharp, super shiny, very nice. Now, of course, it's not totally perfect. What I need to do, especially because I actually I oversprayed it a bit. I'm still used to using lacquer out of a can, and so it got a little bit too much buildup in certain places. So next it will be wet sanding. Now, I did this over the weekend, maybe a couple days ago, and so even though it feels nice, it feels hard, it feels great, it's still not curing. Enamel, as you may know, takes a long time to really cure, and until then, I'm not going to try to sand this at all. So, super glossy, black, shiny, perfect. When this is done, I might not even need to give it a coat of Future or anything like that. Just leave it as is. So, I'm just not going to be able to touch this for a couple of weeks. Maybe a week at the most, or at the least, but I'll give it 2 weeks just to be on the safe side. And I did, here's the front part. That fits on the front. And these two go over the headlights. And this is the back spoiler. So we're going to have to work on this a little bit more, but so far it looks pretty darn cool. In the meantime, I can be working on the interior, and today I got Mr. Color Tan. This is a lacquer, and so this will go onto the seats. For the dashboard, I'm going to use semi-gloss black, Tamiya. That'll look nice. So I was looking for Tamiya tan, but Tamiya is having problems with the stupid EPA these days, and as a result, you can't find Tamiya stuff very well anymore these days, at least not until hopefully September. That date keeps getting pushed back. Originally it was in May. So anyhow, this will be my first time airbrushing with Mr. Hobby lacquer. I mean, go figure. The place I went to, it was easier to find Mr. Hobby than it was actually Tamiya. And to do that though, use Mr. Color Thinner. I wouldn't use any other type of lacquer with Mr. Hobby lacquers. Just as best to keep them together. Oops. Okay, it was recommended to me that I spray the model, start over with the paint job with Easy Off oven cleaner. Just let it soak for a couple hours and then go at it with just a standard toothbrush. And I just got like a freebie. Actually I had a coupon, CVS. So if I want to do this model, I want to do it right. And because I had laid on the paint a little bit too thick, it will end up looking crappy in the end. So I'm just going to let this sit for a while. Michael, I'm all gray and stuff. What the hell? This is after priming, obviously. I didn't prime it before, but since I had to scrape it all off and make it clean again, I decided to prime it to make sure that it's going to be a clean surface to spray paint on. Yesterday, this is a Mazinger Z model. Somebody at a hobby store told me that if you thin enamel paints, here's Tester's enamel silver, if you thin it with lacquer thinner instead, it dries really fast, and that's exactly what happened here. This turned out really nice. So obviously I'm masking. I'm going to paint these parts black. But I'm going to do the same thing with the kit car and at least for the first coat and see how it turns out. It should be pretty good. Spray painting it revealed some issues with some of the residue left over, so I went ahead and sanded it again. And then I'll have to do another paint job on this. Today is New Year's Day 2012, and I am going to be moving to Japan in just a couple weeks from now. And actually, exactly 2 weeks from now, I will be in Japan. I have accepted a new position, a job, so I have sold my airbrush, and I am packing up. So Knight Rider is going to have to go on hiatus for a while. Anyhow, I just wanted to put this video up because I had already recorded most of this stuff back in August, September, and I might as well just upload what I have so far. So yeah, stay tuned, and you'll see some more modeling videos direct from Japan.